I have to ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing today? Have you looked in the mirror and told yourself that you're beautiful? If not, stop this video, go do that, and then come right back.
So in this video, we're talking about what to expect before your first year of med school. So you done got in, okay?
Secured the bag.
Congratulations, that's cute and all, but the real work starts.
Yes.
So
the road journey begins.
Yes. So I had 6 months off prior to starting med school, so I was able to like travel, relax, enjoy like my time off. A lot of people took a gap year.
Yeah, I took a gap year, so I had a year off. I worked during that year, so I really didn't, like the goal was for me to save up during that year. It didn't really happen, you know. I was expensive and I had bills to pay, but it was fun just like being on my own and like having my own place, adulting. So that's what I did. I didn't really like travel that much, but I just hung out with family and friends and stuff like that. But I relaxed, so that's what I wanted to do before I started. So.
Yeah, so if you're going straight in, let's say you graduated in May and you're going straight in, starting school like end of July, early August, I would honestly say just don't prepare for anything. Like, of course, like get your stuff orientation, like get all that stuff prepared. But in terms of like schoolwork, just go in there with a great positive mindset. Like, of course you're gonna be nervous. I was hella nervous the first week. And our first week was very chill. Like, we talked about like psychology.
It was like the art of listening.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we had retreat that weekend. Yeah. So it was very chill for us. But if you're going in straight out of graduation in May, just chill, because you're not gonna you're gonna have breaks during med school, but you're not gonna have that much of a break to just not worry about med school. So
I would definitely take time to like recharge and relax. At least if you're like the type of person who like wants to prepare and like wants to like get ahead of the game, like that's cool and all. But I would at least say to like rest for at least a month. Like take at least a month off, and then like the next month maybe you can start preparing, like looking into like commonly used resources and things like that.
I think if you had like a gap year or more, like 3 to 4 years away from it, like away from school in general, I would say that you could probably, like our school provided us with the opportunity to do like a pre-entry program.
Yeah, so basically it was like a month. I think neither one of us did it, but we had friends who did it. It's like a month of just like basically taking the classes that you're gonna take like the first few months or like the first semester of like med school. So you get to like do anatomy, you get to like take classes on physiology and like biochemistry and things like that, and it's helpful, especially for people who may have been like out of the game for a while. It was really helpful. Like I thought about doing it, but I had stuff going on and then I just didn't really want to study. So I wanted to like take that break before school started. But people who did it found it beneficial, found it helpful, because you can start using Anki, you can start like getting used to like using the things you're gonna use like when you start. Don't stress though about like going into medical school, because it's gonna be hard, but like you'll get used to it.
Definitely. I feel like it's very important to like get used to the resources, because for me, I had that learning curve the first 3 to 4 months of med school where I wasn't even using all the resources that were beneficial, and I didn't know how to use it, and I didn't know which resources were the best to use, because a lot of like when I was at retreat, a lot of the upper 3rd, 4th years that were there, they were just like, yeah, you'll figure it out when you get there. And I don't like going into things blind.
Everybody
I hate
says that. I know we say that too, like you'll figure it out, and you will, but some people figure it out faster than others, like we've said before. I unfortunately was the one that didn't figure it out very fast. So depending on who you are, that's why like I would say talk to like those upperclassmen before you start, so you can kind of get a feel of what to use. And some people now like have been using Anki and things like that during undergrad when I didn't even know about it until I started medical school. So expect to use Anki for spaced repetition and like just flashcards and things like that. Some kind of like flashcard and spaced repetition tool. Anki is the most common. It's very helpful. There's like already predetermined decks that help you like for Anki and step 1 and things like that. Boys and Beyond, highest field resource. Start day 1, like, because I know like usually your first semester or like your first year for some people is just like the basics, like biochemistry, cell biology, like the basics. So I would like use those videos from Boys and Beyond and use them early. Like don't wait until you're about to start studying for step. No, use them like starting day 1.
And you can use that in conjunction with the first aid, depending on how your school is structured. Because some of y'all start with modules day 1. So if y'all have that, then definitely use boards and then annotate, write notes with the first aid. And you can have separate pieces of paper. You don't have to like highlight. Do not highlight your whole book in first aid. Please do not do that, because when it's time to start studying for step, you're gonna be like, bro, What was I highlighting?
Like, and some people just get, depending on like what year you get first aid to, you'll probably end up getting another one. So it can be like newer. Because for us, we had the 2017 version, and we're like, nah, we don't need the 2019. Bruh, the difference between the two was insane. So we had to like suck it up and just get to do it. Use Pathoma whenever you start doing your modules and your systems.
And I know some schools they don't give you the video; they just give you the book. Definitely, I like the video because I'm a person who needs to hear and see and read.
And plus, he talks about other things. So he talks about more than what's written in the pages. So you definitely want to get the videos. But yeah, those are probably like my highest yield resources. Yeah. And then of course your lectures, because depending on like if you're taking MBME tests, which is like the national test, or if your professors at your school are writing your exams. So there's a difference. So if your professors at the exams, of course, you're gonna have to go more based off of the lectures and just supplement with like boards and beyond and Pathoma and things like that. But if you're taking MBME tests, then that'll be more geared towards like Pathoma, first aid, and things like that. Sometimes, you know, your professors like to sneak little stuff in that, you know. But yeah, so you do both, of course. And like you do whatever works best for you. Some people like swear by lectures and they only watch lectures and that works for them. Do that if that works for you. If you don't really care for lectures, we were able to stream ours. So like stream it at like 2 times, get from it what you want to get from it, but then use like other things as like your basics and like your foundation. So you just have to literally, the first month I would say just figure out what works for you. Like try your best. Like I wish I would have like really tried hard to just like find what works for me. So you use that first month to like see, do you like Anki? Do you like Boards and Beyond? Do you like going to lecture? Do you like watching lecture? Like use that first month to really like figure it out. That way you can be chilling for like the rest of your time.
That's true. So if you do not know what the heck you're doing, ask another student that has been through it before you at your school, because there's certain advice that's very like specific to that school. That professor, like, you know, the resources that you guys may use there may be different than what we use. But for the most part, like nationally, everyone uses those resources that we just said. Ask the upperclassmen for help because they know, they understand what you're going through.
Because we were like assigned buddies, so it was pretty helpful. Like we could go talk to like, so when we were MS1s, we had an MS2 buddy. And so we could like talk to them like before school started about like what to do, and that was really helpful. So definitely like take advantage of that. If y'all don't have like assigned mentors or buddies, like seek them.
Through social organizations. And if you're a minority, like we have SNMA, LMSA, all those organizations that are specific to minorities, like definitely join those, because that's how we made most of our friends, honestly. We all are chosen in medical school. Like 99% of us are type A personalities, right? And a lot of us get nervous that last like 3 weeks before med school starts. If you feel nervous and you feel like you just need to study something, study it. It can't hurt you. Like if that eases your anxiety, just look at something that might like for like a few hours a day and like be done with it. But don't stress yourself and feel like you have to start off 3 weeks before school starts with 12-hour days studying, because you don't even know what you're studying. You don't even know
you could be where to start. Don't do that.
But if you need to do something to ease your anxiety, start with Boards and Beyond. That's a good way to just kind of ease your way into the material.
And go like watch the videos that are like foundational. So watch the biochemistry. That's so high yield for step 1. Watch the cell biology. Watch like those basic videos and concepts that for us we like kind of like looked over our first year and a half, because like we didn't have like classes strictly on those topics, but like they're tested in step 1. And so like I wish I would have had that foundation, because we had like a foundations for first year, but it was all over the place.
And as far as question banks, we talked about getting the foundation to Boards and Beyond. We talked about repetition with Anki. Definitely use those question banks like Kaplan. I didn't buy Kaplan, but the school gave us RX, which is supplemented with first aid. That is very helpful, because with RX, basically you are able to get questions that are easy, medium, and hard. And like in the beginning of, you know, med school, you can start with the easier questions and then work your way up the more confident you get in the material. So yeah, definitely use that. Some people use UWorld from day 1. I did not, but
and I honestly wouldn't suggest that. And one thing, I know we didn't like really talk much about what we did for step 1, but one thing I wish I would have done is I wish I would have started doing questions earlier. Like I started questions pretty early, but I should have been like more consistent with it, and I should have like done Kaplan, all of Kaplan, because Kaplan is a really good question bank that I think sometimes is like overlooked because the questions are a little harder than RX, and so like you get like that good, you make sure you know those concepts and you know those topics. So I wish I would have like started Kaplan earlier, because I only did a little bit of it because I didn't have time to finish it. So I would have wished I would have like started that earlier and just do a few questions every day about like the topics that we've learned, and then like once I finished that, then start RX, because they didn't give us RX until our second year, but we already had it. But they didn't give it to us until our second year, so definitely start your first year like doing those questions. It'll just make your life a lot easier. So
definitely, just stay consistent, guys. I did not know how to use Anki until after step 1.
It's so hard.
Like this is what my third year, and I'm finally learning how to use Anki. So just take everything like with grace. Like give yourself enough grace, because you're going to struggle.
Consistency is hard. Like it's something
hard.
I've struggled with forever. So like, but some people are just good at that. So if you're one of those people, like really listen to what we're saying and take that to heart, because like it will help you so much. Like we struggle, so y'all won't have to. So like really like
don't
listen
do what we do.
what we're saying, because it will make a world of difference, and you won't be as stressed taking step 1 and studying for that, or as stressed going through your first 2 years of medical school, because you'll already know how to be successful. And we want successful brown and black doctors. Okay. That's what we want. So,
But I think that, we should do a gym. We haven't done a gym
in a while. But hopefully that answers y'all's questions, because we get a lot of questions about like what to expect your first year. So let's see. A gym. Chopper gym session.
It's been a minute.
Let's see, it has been a minute.
I have a good gym because it applies, this week. Okay, my gym for this week is to think about the things that you're gonna say before you say them out loud. If someone's asking you a question, or like if you're being prompted for something, definitely process it first. Like give yourself time to think through a question and then answer it the best way that you can, like after thinking through it. Because I feel like sometimes, like for me, I just jump with whatever is like first comes to mind. I don't really process like what the question was. So like for example, I'm just gonna go off of like what happened to me this week. So third year you get pimped a lot, okay? And pimping just means like the attending is gonna just ask you questions relevant to that specialty and things that he or she expects you to know. And I was pimped this week, and reflecting on it for the past few days, I realized my answer was not logical at all, because I didn't think through it at all. Like not that I didn't know the concept behind it, but I just didn't think it through. And then I felt like, dang, I just don't know anything. Like my mindset went straight to the extreme of like I just don't know anything. And I feel like most times as med students, because we don't get a certain answer right, and because we're type A and we're perfectionists and we want to get everything right, we start to doubt ourselves, and we start to think like, dang, if I can't get this right, who am I to say that I can do X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? So I think my gem is just one, to think before you're speaking, and that applies to a lot of stuff, but in terms of medical school, like think before you speak, process the information first and let it be solidified into knowledge, because we have a lot of information thrown at us every single day, and it's just facts swarming in our minds. Let it solidify into actual information that you can deliver to other people, and just be confident in your answer, even if it's wrong. At least if you have a reasoning behind why you said what you said, then you've done the best that you can, because you thought through the answer and then you gave your educated guess pretty much. So think before you speak and be confident.
Yeah, and most physicians actually appreciate that, because they rather have you say a wrong answer than not say anything at all. So if you can say something and then like tell them why you said that, then you can be like, okay, I see why you thought that, but this is the right way of thinking about it. And I've seen like in my personal experience and other people, like they actually prefer that, because then they can teach you. Right. And that's what they're there for.
They know where you
teach you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you don't answer the question right, but you give them your thought process, they'll know where your level, where your fund of knowledge is. If you just say I don't know, then they can't really help you, and then you just stay stuck looking like, okay, is this person not trying? Are they not studying? Like, what is it? And they also know that we're not confident. It's still early in our third year, and like we're nervous, all that stuff. But definitely don't internalize the things that people project onto you. Just remember that you're here. You made it to third year. For those of you who are about to enter third year, you made it to third year, and you can do this. Like, you'll be fine. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, it applies to to all years. Like, you made it into medical school. You were chosen for a reason. You made it into your second year. You got through your first year. Like, you're going into your intern year, because I know that's scary. So
graduation is cute until you gotta actually start working. Okay, like.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're where you're supposed to be. I feel like that's just my little takeaway.
Yeah.
Like, you are where you're supposed to be.
Always.
So, yeah.
So yeah, that's our gem for this video. We do have a little announcement though. You know. So we are having a giveaway for you guys. So we're gonna be giving away Princeton Review books. Per usual, we started last year with this trend. It's gonna be our annual giveaway. You know, we do this every year. And so yeah, what are the rules for this?
We don't know. They'll be down in the description box, y'all. Sorry, we were like, this is the 4th of July. We have a day off, so we're like, we need to take advantage of this day and like film a video, since we've only filmed like one video.
Yeah.
Our apologies.
Yes.
But yeah, so the rules will be in the description.
Yes.
They're not going to be hard or anything.
Yeah.
Make sure, of course, you're followed to our channel.
Yes.
You're subscribed to our channel.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Instagram. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. Yeah, hit the bell for notifications.
Repost you watching our videos on Insta stories. Share, show us and tag us whenever y'all watch us, because we see everything. So. Yeah.
Also, if y'all are interested in like us doing like a live again, let us know, because it'll be easier for us. Something like really quick we can do. Y'all can ask us questions, because we know like application season is still going on, and like it's about to end, in the next month or two, and then y'all be preparing for interviews. So if you have any questions like for that, like let us know. We can do like a little live one evening that we're free. So
yeah, and then eventually, like for interview season, we do want to like help you guys out with that. We'll have more information in August/September. But yeah, we definitely want to help you guys out with that. So stay tuned for those details.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye.